get your coffee ready and let's talk to these lovely people. Today is, what is today? Friday, July 15th, 2016. I'm Fran Duvall, your host for today. I'm very glad for our first guest being Franklin Funes he is the Senior Sales Associate, and you've brought along Jessica Chandler, an intern with your department. So
So thanks for having us. Really excited to be here. Really excited to have Jessica for the past few weeks and a few weeks more helping us in the sales department. So we wanted to introduce her to the rest of the community. So Jessica Chandler.
Well, welcome, Jessica. How long are you going to be with us then?
So it's a 12-week internship.
Oh, wow.
So I have like 6 more weeks left.
And you get college credit for that, obviously.
It's actually a paid internship.
Oh, it is?
So, yeah.
Wow. That's good. And so do you know what kind of jobs you're going to do? How long have you been here? A week or so?
So I started on June 6th. So I've been here for a couple of weeks
okay.
now. Yeah, so just kind of in the lay of the land still. I've been kind of meeting everyone in the different departments. So I would like to obviously work here at Green Spring or for an Erickson community. I'm not really picky on in what department though, so I guess I'm just going to wait and see what kind of positions open up and see if there's something I would be interested in doing.
And you graduate from George Mason when?
In May 2017.
Okay. Well, you could sort of follow in Franklin worked in I don't know how many departments here.
Yeah, almost
before
everything.
He came to sales.
That's right.
3 or 4 anyway. And that way you do get to have a much broader picture as a staff person of how you work together.
Yeah, it's been great to have Jessica, simply because she brings also new information from what they're learning at Mason to bring new ideas into our sales office. She's learning, like she said, the way of the land. She's contributing with our events, with phone calls. In the sales office, it tends to be pretty busy, so it's really nice to have her in the office to assist us in anything we need. So it's been an absolute pleasure so far.
Well, it's a very high energy group, actually. That group, they're always kind of hustling around and making life good for showing new people what we have to offer. And so, okay, you recently had some events, or you have some coming up?
No, thanks for bringing that up. We actually just had an event series in June, which we're really excited about. This is the second year that we do it, and it's an interesting concept because it's something that we haven't done before, where we incorporate the 3 events into one almost big idea. So what we wanted to do in June was to really help individuals who are interested in moving to Green Spring understand what the process would look like in 3 different events, and we broke it out that way.
I see. You sort of have the same people come to each event.
Exactly right.
So that you don't have a new group each time necessarily.
It's the same group learning something new.
Okay.
There's so much that you can talk about, and you only have so much certain amount of time.
Right.
So we split it out that way. So the first event was about downsizing. That's the first thing that you have to do when you're in your home getting ready to make a move. So we had different vendors that we work with talk about appropriate next steps, either selling a few things or getting rid of a few things, or where to even start. So it was very well received. We received great results that day. Folks were really motivated and excited for the next event that came about a week after that.
And then they had questions from the first event.
Exactly, on the second event. Exactly.
To the second event.
Exactly, because what's really nice is we started seeing individuals taking action. So it's once they learned what they had to do, they started taking action, calling us, talking about what their next steps were, so that when they came to the next event, they could do the next step. So the next step was how to prepare to sell your home. So what's the real estate market looking like and things like that. So we had experts in that field come over and explain how our market area is doing, how the rest of the country is doing, so that folks can make preparations on when to make a move. So again, very well received, and then folks started taking action, trying to identify when they would like to make a move, which finally led us to the third event, which was showcasing apartments. We want you to move to Green Spring. So we hosted the event in Hunters Crossing. We had just about 130 individuals come over to Green Spring and take a look at apartments. So so far very well received, and we're really excited to see what the results are bringing.
Yeah. Well, I've lived here, I think, about 14 years now, and it really is the best of the best. I mean, in this area, it isn't perfect, but it's the best, and I really am glad I live here. But when you were saying about downsizing, I found that since I moved here, I have to continue to downsize. Because you know what, when we move here, many of us who have families, who have children and grandchildren, you know, we think we're going to save this for them or
That's right.
that or whatever. And a couple things I found out, grandchildren or children, they don't want to mess around with sterling silver.
That's right.
They can't put it in the dishwasher. They're all busy. They're working. They're, you know, have lives. They don't spend their time polishing silver. You know?
That's right.
That generation is so. Now, obviously, there's exceptions to that, but that's one of the downsizing issues.
That's right. That's one of the topics that came up.
Find out if your kids really want anything you have.
That's right.
You know, because many times they don't. They have a whole different style.
And the process starts early. Everyone has a different time frame. You know, some of them just want to get rid of everything. Others want to take time to look through it. So again, the earlier you get to start, the better, simply because you can really make a good decision on what you would like to do. And surprisingly, a lot of the items that individuals thought they, you know, who would want this? I'll just throw it away. Actually have significant value. So
Yeah.
it was good. It was a great series. And so we're looking forward to what the results we're bringing and have already brought.
Well, that's great. Most people that move in are coming from single-family homes, correct?
That's right. That's right. So coming from single-family homes, you know, as you can imagine, most individuals don't want to take care of the large home anymore,
Right.
but still want a larger apartment, surprisingly.
Oh, brother.
I know. Which brings me to my next point, which is we actually have a program that I think Eric has mentioned before, which is if there are individuals out there who feel like maybe they have an apartment home that...
I mean, out there in our community.
That's right.
Residents of here.
Residents
Okay.
here, yeah.
Okay.
Who have a larger apartment, let's just say maybe a 2-bedroom or larger, and you feel like maybe that's too much space, or you're looking for a change. Maybe you're looking to be in a different location. We have select apartment homes that could be available to make a move if you're looking for a change, especially because what we're finding is that our prospective residents do tend to want some of the larger apartments.
homes. So what's the incentive for anybody to bother to do that? That's a lot of work.
It is a lot of work.
Because you have to go through that process again.
That's right. Well, we want to take it case by case. Everyone's going to have a different need, and so we want to make sure that we talk through it to see what we can do to help to make it happen.
Okay, so they're not just totally general rules about what you might offer to help somebody make that change.
Right, because for instance, maybe someone wants help with their move, or someone might have another need. We want to make sure that we address the individual specifically.
Okay, so anybody out there who's living in a 2-bedroom or bigger apartment, contact Franklin and say, I'm thinking, what do you have to offer? I'd like to be closer to the dining room. I'd like to have a smaller apartment. Yeah.
That's right. Yeah, so give me a call. We'll definitely talk about it and see if it's a possibility. Definitely love to do it.
That's great. That's great.
Yeah.
So let me go back to Jessica a minute, because I was stuck on that. You're a paid intern. So if you're paid, you don't get college credit for it? Is that the rule?
So generally, I do have to do an internship for Mason for credit as part of like getting my degree, but they assign you an internship. So I could potentially come back to Green Spring and say, hey, I want to work here for credit instead of pay. But generally, if you're getting paid, they won't take it for credit. So
for heaven's sakes.
Yeah.
Rules, rules, rules.
Yes.
Too bad.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you're dealing with issues that relate to senior living, or what is this? What is your major?
So I'm health administration, and my concentration is within senior housing. So any type of like senior living community is what I go to school and what I learn about. And essentially they teach us how to manage them, like what seniors are looking for, just like their general concerns. They kind of explain like what everyone's going through. So I guess working here in the sales office has been really educational for me because I've got to see that process firsthand.
Sure.
So just instead of like just hearing, instead of not just hearing about it in the classroom, I can actually
somebody's
see
anxiety
it.
about making the move or whatever. Yeah, true. Well, that's good.
Yeah,
So
great.
that's really good, because you know what, our health issues, even in independent living, are, you know, they're important.
Definitely.
Our mental health mostly. Anyway, I didn't say that. So what's your next event?
So our next event, the most significant one coming up, is our Custom Interiors Breakfast. So this is something that our event coordinator is really excited about, which is our coordinator will be hosting an event talking about how to customize your apartment. There's certain things that you can do to make it home, and so we've gotten a great response from it. I think we're expecting over 100 individuals to come see it, and which is great, especially when it's breakfast. And normally no one wants to come in that early, but they're looking forward to it. So we have a lot of stuff to talk about.
Right. I've noticed lately so many new resident folded things on the ledges as I walk by. What do you call placards or whatever?
Yeah.
And so there's been a lot lately, haven't there?
Yeah. We had a great month. We have 18 new residents at Green Spring. And just to put it in perspective, normally during a month we maybe have between 10, 12. So to have 18 simply meant that the sales office was really busy. We kept the coffee going all day. And we're very excited. We're having a great year so far. I was just taking a look at some numbers. We've made over 5,000 calls this year just to reach out to our residents about apartments, about events, about things that they had questions on. So we're really excited about that. And let's see what else. We have over 900 new leads, so this year alone.
I see.
Almost 1,000 individuals who have reached out to us in the first half of the year saying that they're interested about Green Spring.
Are most people responding to the newspaper ads, or what are they responding to? What do you put out there for them to?
So we have a great amount of initiatives that are going out there. So they're either receiving a direct mail piece, just talking about Green Spring, and coming over to see us. They may see us on the newspaper. From time to time, you may have seen an advertisement on the internet. We're on Facebook. We're on email. We're on TV. All media.
So I think you should make a big push, and I spoke about this before, but you know, to apartment complexes, condo complexes, where you have single people, especially women, who are working. Now they're getting ready to retire, but they don't own a home per se. They're either renting or they own a condo. But you need to target those people. They will take the smaller apartments.
Yeah, absolutely.
A single person will often do that.
Absolutely. We're not only looking into that, but we're also looking into communities that are 55 and older. We're starting to create relationships with those type of communities simply because they don't offer the level of care that we do.
Right.
And so it's a great relationship because 55 and older know that there's a resource that they can tell their residents about. So
that's really good, yeah.
Yeah, we have got a lot of different projects going.
Well, keeps you busy, and we're glad to see you busy.
Well, thank you very much.
Thank you very much
Thanks
for coming, both of you.
Thank you.
Good luck to you.